Hey everyone, I'm Amanda Jo. As you may know, I compete in motorcycle skills competitions all around the country with my team Cajun Thunder Motorsports. If you're unfamiliar with these competitions, they include multiple events that test a motorcyclist's ability to control and maneuver a motorcycle through a series of obstacles, speed courses, brakeless patterns, even maintaining balance and control when the bike is near stopped. The purpose of these competitions is based around safety to become an expert rider when riding out on the street, and the money raised at each of the competitions goes to charities. With this in mind, I wanted to see how long it would take to create a competition-ready rider with only very little to average motorcycling experience. I'd like to introduce to you Corrie. She took the basic MSF riding course in November of 2022 and began riding a Honda Rebel 250 for about 3 months. She then moved up to a Harley-Davidson Heritage and has ridden a couple times a month for less than a year, but has a great interest in the motorcycle competitions. So, what better person to conduct this experiment with? We will be documenting each day of practice from the very start and sharing progress during the extent of her training. The goal right now is to get her ready to compete in her first competition in around a year. To kick this series off, welcome to Day 1 of Creating a Competitor. In the motorcycling world, the very first thing you do is sit on your motorcycle and learn its individual controls and its own specific weight. You find your body position, your best posture, how can you best become one with your machine. You turn the bars from side to side, lean left to right, learning its limitations. For Corrie, she'll have to learn this great big 2018 Harley-Davidson Road King. With the motor running, it's time to find the friction zone, that moment when you begin to release the clutch and it just starts to give power to the rear wheel before it's fully engaged. Okay, let's get this motorcycle moving. Of course you want to start slow, testing to see just how much power you'll need to move forward. Take it in bite-sized chunks, moving forward only a few feet at a time. Corrie's main focus right now is balancing this motorcycle, for any slight movement can cause a great shift in weight. Let's see that again. So maybe it wasn't quite that dramatic, but it does lead to the next lesson: how to pick up a fallen motorcycle. Now that she's back on, she'll continue to work those very short starts and stops, getting smoother every time. The next step's to ride a longer distance. This should be a bit easier for her. With more momentum, it's easier to keep the bike up. Up to this point, Corrie has pretty much kept the handlebars straight. It was time to bring in a little excitement: the cone weave. Though it looks simple, she's having to do some serious multitasking here, balancing the bike while turning the handlebars, manipulating the clutch and brake, all while trying to avoid these cones as obstacles. While this concludes the first day's exercises, Corrie has a long road ahead of her, but many of us do. Feel free to leave comments or questions. We would be so happy to have you as part of this experience. I'd love to have you guys follow along this journey, for some of these practices and just time in the saddle in general can do so much to keep riders safer on the street. After all, our goal is to be seen by everyone else on the road to make it home safe and sound. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to see what happens on Day 2 of Creating a Competitor.